Before embarking on this enlightening journey, take a moment to indulge in a delightful cookie and a steaming cup of tea. Find a comfortable seat, allowing yourself to immerse fully in the tranquility of this video. 1. The Tiger and the Strawberry. A Zen monk who, while out walking one day, is confronted by a ferocious, man-eating tiger. He slowly backs away from the animal, only to find that he is trapped at the edge of a high cliff. The tiger snarls with hunger and pursues the monk. His only hope of escape is to suspend himself over the abyss by holding onto a vine that grows at its edge. As the monk dangles from the cliff, 2 mice, one white and one black, begin to gnaw on the vine he is clutching on. If he climbs back up, the tiger will surely devour him. If he stays, then there is the certain death of a long fall onto the jagged rocks. The slender vine begins to give way, and death is imminent. Just then, the precariously suspended Zen monk notices a lovely ripe wild strawberry growing along the cliff's edge. He plucks the succulent berry and pops it into his mouth. He is heard to say, "This lovely strawberry, how sweet it tastes." In the Zen monk's encounter with the tiger, cliff, and vine lies a profound lesson echoing Buddhist philosophy. Amidst danger and uncertainty, the monk faces the impermanence of life. The tiger represents life's challenges, the cliff edge and vine signify its fragility. The mice, one white and one black, symbolize time's relentless passage. Their gnawing vine reminds us of decay. Despite the peril, the monk's response is serene. He savors a wild strawberry, embodying mindfulness. This tale urges resilience, acceptance, and mindfulness. Like the monk, we confront life's challenges with grace, finding joy in the present moment. 2. Man and his horse. There is a story in Zen circles about a man and a horse. The horse is galloping quickly, and it appears the man on the horse is going somewhere important. Another man, standing alongside the road, shouts, "Where are you going?" And the first man replies, "I don't know." Ask the horse. Ultimately, the story encourages trust in life's unfolding, surrendering with grace and mindfulness. Like the man on the horse, we learn to navigate life's journey with acceptance and equanimity. 3. A beautiful goose. A Zen monk saw a beautiful goose fly by, and he wanted to share this joy with his elder brother who was walking beside him. But at that moment, the other monk had bent down to remove a pebble from his saddle. By the time he looked up, the goose had already flown by. He asked, "What did you want me to see?" But the younger monk could only remain silent. This story teaches us to pay attention to each moment. The younger monk's desire to share joy shows how we long for connection and nature's beauty. But the elder monk's distraction warns us not to let our minds wander. In Buddhist beliefs, it reminds us to be present and free from distractions. By being mindful, we can appreciate the world around us and feel more connected. 4. Zen tea. Nanin, a Japanese monk during the Meiji era 1868 to 1912, received a university professor who came to inquire about Zen. Nanin served tea. He poured his visitor's cup full and then kept on pouring. The professor watched the overflow until he no longer could restrain himself. "It is over full. No more will go in." "Like this cup," Nanin said, "you are full of your own opinions and speculations. How can I show you Zen unless you first empty your cup?" This story teaches a lesson in humility and openness. The overflowing cup symbolizes a mind cluttered with preconceived notions, hindering the reception of new wisdom. Nanin's words emphasize the importance of clearing the mind of prejudices to truly understand Zen teachings. In Buddhist philosophy, this tale highlights the significance of cultivating an open mind and relinquishing attachment to fixed ideas. By emptying our minds of preconceptions, we create space for genuine understanding and spiritual growth, leading us on the path to enlightenment. 5. Zen dialogue. Zen teachers train their young pupils to express themselves. 2 Zen temples each had a child protege. One child, going to obtain vegetables each morning, would meet the other on the way. "Where are you going?" asked the one. "I am going wherever my feet go," the other responded. This reply puzzled the first child, who went to his teacher for help. "Tomorrow morning." The teacher told him, "When you meet that little fellow, ask him the same question. He will give you the same answer. And then you ask him, suppose you have no feet. Then where are you going? That will fix him." The children met again the following morning. "Where are you going?" asked the first child. I am going wherever the wind blows, answered the other. This again nonplussed the youngster, who took his defeat to his teacher. Ask him where he is going if there is no wind, suggested the teacher. The next day the children met a third time. Where are you going? asked the first child. I am going to the market to buy vegetables, the other replied. This tale teaches us the importance of adaptability and balance. The second child's initial responses reflect an understanding of life's impermanence, while the final response emphasizes practicality. In Buddhist philosophy, it highlights the need to embrace change while fulfilling practical responsibilities. By balancing philosophical insight with practical action, we can navigate life with wisdom and compassion, leading to harmony. 6. Zen mastery. A student of Zen went to his teacher and asked earnestly, I am devoted to studying Zen. How long will it take me to monk it? 10 years, the teacher said. Impatiently, the student answered, but I want to monk it faster than that. I will work very hard. I will practice every day, 10 or more hours a day if I have to. How long will it take then? The teacher thought for a moment. 20 years. This story teaches us the value of patience and acceptance. The student's impatience reveals a desire for quick results, but the teacher's response reminds us that monkey cannot be rushed. True understanding requires dedication and surrender to the process. In Buddhist philosophy, it emphasizes releasing attachment to outcomes and embracing the journey itself. By cultivating patience, we gain deeper insights and undergo genuine transformation. Thus, Zen becomes not just a destination, but a lifelong journey of self-discovery and awakening. 7. A muddy road. Once two Zen monks were walking together along a muddy road. A heavy rain was still falling. Coming around a bend, they met an attractive young girl in a silk kimono and sash, unable to cross the intersection because of a big puddle of mud in her way. The girl asked if one of them could lift her across. The younger one said, Certainly not. My vows preclude my touching a woman. The older monk simply picked her up and carried her over the mud. The two monks walked on in silence for some time. Finally, the younger one spoke, I cannot get over the fact that you carried that woman across the mud. Have you no sense of propriety, no self-discipline? The older one asked, What did I do when I reached the other side? The younger one answered, You put her down. Exactly, said the older monk, and you are still carrying her. From this Zen tale, we learn how it's important to not hold on to things too tightly and to pay attention to what's happening right now. The older monk shows us that we can do things in the moment without being stuck on old rules or thoughts. When we stop holding on to grudges and things from the past, we can feel happier and more free in the present. In Buddhist ideas, this story tells us to be more aware of what's going on and to be kind to others. By letting go of old stuff and focusing on what's happening now, we can feel more peaceful and less troubled by problems. 8. The other side. One day, a young Buddhist came to the banks of a wide river on his journey home. Staring hopelessly at the great obstacle in front of him, he pondered for hours on just how to cross such a wide barrier. Just as he was about to give up his pursuit to continue his journey, he saw a great teacher on the other side of the river. The young Buddhist yells over to the teacher, "O wise one, can you tell me how to get to the other side of this river?" The teacher ponders for a moment, looks up and down the river and yells back, "My son, you are on the other side." From this story, we learn that true happiness lies in appreciating what we have in the present moment. Instead of constantly pursuing future goals, we should embrace and cherish the present with mindfulness. Real contentment comes from living fully in the moment and being grateful. The journey to enlightenment is about inner peace, not overcoming physical barriers. 9. The dead man's answer. When Mamiya, who later became a well-known preacher, went to a teacher for personal guidance, he was asked to explain the sound of one hand. Mamiya concentrated on what the sound of one hand might be. "You are not working hard enough," his teacher told him. "You are too attached to food, wealth, things, and that sound. It would be better if you died. That would solve the problem." The next time Mamiya appeared before his teacher, he was again asked what he had to show regarding the sound of one hand. Mamiya at once fell over as if he were dead. "You are dead, all right," observed the teacher. "But how about that sound?" "I haven't solved that yet," replied Mamiya, looking up. "Dead men do not speak," said the teacher. "Get out." This story emphasizes the importance of letting go of attachments and distractions. Mamiya's focus on worldly concerns prevents him from understanding his teacher's question. While pretending to be dead briefly releases him from attachments, he still misses the essence of the inquiry. Ultimately, the tale underscores the need for genuine introspection and mindfulness. True understanding requires being fully present and engaged in the inquiry, rather than avoiding or superficial actions. By letting go of attachments and distractions, one can uncover deeper truths and insights. A flag flapping in the breeze. Once two Zen monks were walking down the road. It was a breezy day. One of them said to the other, "Look, the flag is flapping in the breeze." The second monk replied, "No, that is foolish. The breeze is flapping the flag." And so they spent an exciting quarter hour. The flag is flapping. The breeze is flapping. As the debate was heating up, the Zen monk appeared on the road. They ran to him. "Roshi, please settle our dispute. I say the flag is flapping in the breeze. He says the breeze is flapping the flag. Which one of us is right?" The monk looked at them with a penetrating eye. "You are both wrong," he said. "Your minds are flapping." This story shows us that it's important to not always see things as just one way or the other. The monks arguing about the flag and the breeze reminds us how we often stick to our own ideas without thinking about other perspectives. The monk helps them see that they're getting too caught up in their own thoughts. In Buddhism, it's about paying attention to what's happening inside our minds and not getting too stuck on our own ideas. Real wisdom comes when we can watch our thoughts without getting too carried away by them. When we're more open-minded and flexible, we can understand life better and feel calmer inside. 11. The moon cannot be stolen. Ryokan, a Zen monk, lived the simplest kind of life in a little hut at the foot of a mountain. One evening a thief visited the hut only to discover there was nothing in it to steal. Ryokan returned and caught him. "You may have come a long way to visit me," he told the prowler, "and you should not return empty-handed. Please take my clothes as a gift." The thief was bewildered. He took the clothes and slunk away. Ryokan sat naked, watching the moon. "Poor fellow," he mused, "I wish I could give him this beautiful moon." This story teaches us that being kind and giving to others is really important in Buddhism. It doesn't matter how much stuff you have, what matters is being caring and generous. By doing nice things for others, we can make the world a better place and feel happier inside. 12. 3 days more. Suiwo, the disciple of Hakuin, was a good teacher. During one summer seclusion period, a pupil came to him from a southern island of Japan. Suiwo gave him the problem: hear the sound of one hand. The pupil remained for 3 years but could not pass the test. One night he came in tears to Suiwo. "I must return south in shame and embarrassment," he said, "for I cannot solve my problem." "Wait 1 week more and meditate," constantly advised Suiwo. Still, no enlightenment came to the pupil. "Try for another week," said Suiwo. The pupil obeyed, but in vain. Still another week, yet this was of no avail. In despair, the student begged to be released, but Suiwo requested another meditation of 5 days. They were without results. Then he said, "Meditate for 3 days longer. Then if you fail to attain enlightenment, you had better kill yourself." On the 2nd day, the pupil was enlightened. This story shows that it's important to keep trying and not give up, especially when things are tough. In Buddhist beliefs, if we keep practicing our faith even when times are hard, we can eventually overcome suffering and understand life better. If you enjoy this video, type peace into the comment section.